Hello everyone, welcome to BKA Oracles. This is a collective energy check-in. If you want something more personal based on your situation, feel free to check the links down below in the description or my YouTube homepage, okay? I'm an intuitive energy reader. I read duality. Sometimes things can come up in positive notes, sometimes it's just the reality of things, okay? Not everything is sunshine and rainbows on my readings here, but I'll try to do the best for the collective for you guys, highest and best good. All right. I also do personal readings in person, as in real life, or online. Okay, so now that the intro is done, we're gonna get into the messages. First and foremost, whoever is suffering from depression, as in seasonal, please check with your nearest and dearest for support system. I'll probably also link like national suicide hotline, because somebody's really going through it right now. That's just what I'm channeling, aside from my notes there. I do have notes, but I'm also an intuitive energy reader, so I deliver what I tune into. All right. I just have to clear some energy. All right. Aside from that message, I hope you guys are doing well. I know a lot of people are going through it, especially during the retrograde and fall, okay? It's not unusual for people to feel a little bit dumb, especially if you live in the northern hemisphere, okay? So yeah, okay. Actually, I still want to tap into the person or whomever is suffering from this so-called seasonal depression, also known as SAD. Okay. So we got Five of Swords in reverse. This could be somebody on social media that is suffering. I feel like they could have posted a lot on their social media right now, especially on Twitter. I'm tuning into. Oh, I really hope I'm being like articulate. I really feel out of breath, like my chest is hurting. I know I'm physically a-okay. It just, again, I feel like this could just be this person's energy right now, that they feel just very anxious, okay? Very anxious. That is one of their signs that they're stepping into or in this energy frequency of seasonal depression here, okay? So tightness of breath here. I'm not sensing anything other than depression and anxiety, okay, when it comes to this person. But whatever you see on Twitter, or actually I want to say social media, but Twitter is very significant here. So whatever you see them post on Twitter, please pay close attention to it. I don't know if you're the one that's watching my videos as well, but like I will link the National Suicide Prevention Line and it's in the comment section actually. Okay. So a lot of anxiety. We got the Star. You could be somebody that's well known or have a lot of people around you, but you don't have the right support system. You could also have a huge following as well, or just be a lot on social media. That could be your safe haven. Right now, it's a mixture of your thoughts that are plaguing you, like your mindset with this negative energy here. You could have suffered from Now I'm just reading based on the cards and not your energy, but you could have suffered from some sort of humiliation, okay? Dishonor, even toxicity to the point of abuse of some sorts, okay? Either mentally or physically. This could be in relation to a lover as well. I'm getting the energy of like they have put you in a spiral. It's a lot. This heavy chest ache is still like being very much emphasized right now. So please, I mean, I could sit here and say I will pray for you, and I can do that, obviously. However, alongside faith and prayer, there needs to be affirmative action, and I do believe that at least what I can do on this side for where I'm at is show the links to where you can be supported and get that support. But you also have to have the strength to take initiative, because that's just the reality of it. And I do feel like you don't really have the strength to do so, or really want to. But I hope that you do, because you're not the only one that is suffering here. Not to diminish your situation, okay? But whatever the case may be, whether it's heartbreak, whether it's your own thoughts that are plaguing you, there is right support system there for you, okay? And I do believe this video in itself is a stepping stone for you to realize that there is support system out there for you. You know, whether it's from this reading or the links that I'm sharing, okay? If you don't feel like you have the stamina, hopefully this video, this reading, a part of it can do it for you, okay? That's my hope, that it will. I am sensing that you will reconsider of taking action here, of looking things up, listening, tuning into this message, or the resources that will be extended to you. And, you know, all I can do is hopefully you do what you feel is right for you, okay? Obviously, I want you to pick the better option where you get the resources as soon as possible, okay? Right now, you just need a break. You could have also suffered from sort of burnout, or you just need a break from everything and everyone, which is understandable. If things has been too much, you kind of feel like you have there's this Swedish saying that goes like, gått in I väggen, you know, when you really have hit rock bottom, like mentally you're just burned out. I think that's the word for it in English. But yeah, okay, so I think that's everything on that accordance. So we're just gonna move on to the next one. So the following here is, I was tuning into Beats by Dre, okay? Let me just check. I don't know if it's linked to the person that's suffering from SAD. Like if you have Beats by Dre, or if just it's for something else. So apparently it's another message here. So Beats by Dre, I don't know why this came up, but let's see, okay? So in reference to anyone that is working on Beats by Dre, having these headphones, I don't know what Beats by Dre is symbolic here, okay, for this message. And apparently there's some sort of loss here in relation to this message, okay? I don't know if you lost your headphones, or there's some sort of loss in relation to this symbolism here, but somebody kind of knows something in terms of this Beats by Dre. I feel like there's some sort of message. Somebody's working behind the scenes. They're very intuitive, and they're giving you the bare minimum. Behind the scenes, I feel like they're stirring what's the name for it? Disturbing the pot. So they're doing things behind the scenes, okay? And their intention here is to cause some sort of heartbreak, some sort of disturbance when it comes to the heart. It could also be in relation to somebody's finances, work in that area. Okay, I don't know if you work for Beats by Dre. I'm also tuning into that. But yeah. Well, this is a lot, but let's see more in relation to this Beats by Dre. So we got home, okay? Yeah, somebody's here really trying to plot something behind the scenes. It could be magic. Now, if you don't know what this is, just skip the reading, okay? There is energy of lower frequencies and higher frequencies. There's good magic, there's bad magic. Just like there are bad people and good people on earth, this is what duality is. And I don't want to go too much into it, but all I have to say is somebody is doing things behind the scenes that is, not only is it based on this in terms of causing heartache for somebody, okay, whoever is wearing Beats by Dre or feels this Beats by Dre is symbolic here, but is to make somebody lose something out in terms of like wait a minute. I feel like somebody just wants somebody to hit rock bottom, okay? Like they really want them to like almost like go crazy. I'm also tuning into, it could be because you have Beats by Dre and they're envious, so their energy towards you or this person is like, we want them to suffer, them to go through the worst of the worst losses or pain, because you seem to be fortunate with this so-called Beats by Dre situation, or wearing this. Or it could be people from Beats by Dre as well. This is like all over the place, but somebody is behind the scenes there. And whoever is in association with Beats by Dre is gonna suffer some loss, some heartache, okay? And it's somebody behind the scenes that's doing this. This person is very intuitive. They know the balance and the frequencies of magic, okay? As in good and bad, and they know how to manipulate it in terms of their favor, all right? Somebody's also a liar and a cheat, okay? I do feel like that is another message here. I almost forgot. Obviously it's pretty self-explained, but take what resonates, okay? Recently I've been kind of just feeling like a lot of messages that I've been tuning into. Though I collectively read for whomever that needs the help and guidance when they tune into my channel or my videos, right? But recent times I feel like it's being kind of very global in terms of outside just the collective people within my close reach, okay? Whether you're from a distance or close by, all right? So with that being said, somebody's a liar and a cheater. This person could be an Aquarius, or somebody that's very intellectual. This person could also be an air sign. You could be an air sign. You could be a couple, actually. I wanted to say twin flame, but I guess it's not. It could just be that somebody was trying to pose as a twin flame, but they're not. But whoever is a liar and a cheater, it's the man in this situation, right? And they're lying to another fellow air sign, okay? Or you as an air sign feel like this other air sign was lying and cheating when it came to you. This person was supposed to lay a foundation and come out with some sort of truth, okay? But all they did was hide this. I didn't want to disclose this revelation here to you. I feel like they also don't want to be out in public as well. I think that's the, yeah, they don't want to be in public. As in, they don't want to, other people. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting the energy of like, you guys are good where it's at, but it's like they don't want other people to know about it, whether it's like your demises, your downfalls, you guys being together, whatever the case may be. They just want things to be like, can we just suffer by ourselves, or can you just do this by yourself, like not out in public? As in, I don't want your friends to know, social media to know, your family, no, nobody, you know. I'm getting the energy of like, keep it between us. This so-called air sign might be low vibrational. Whenever I get cards in terms of like the kings and queens in tarot, when I get them like in reverse like this, that means it's a low vibrational sign. Okay, when I get them upright, it's a high vibrational sign, as in, you know, somebody that comes off good nature. For instance, when it comes to air signs, right, when it's upright, they're very emotional. They love like banter, but healthy banter. Emotionally, stimulation is the key factor to like get on their good side. Very creative, very free, innovators, things of that nature, right? But when it's reversed, it's like they will use their intellect in order to put somebody down, you know how to do business very effectively because they think with their mind instead of their heart, you know, that type of thing, you know. I feel like explaining it today. Somebody do really have a chest problem. I really do feel like whoever is suffering from this so-called sad, their energy is still like in this frequency, but I really do feel that. But let's move on. Whoever is dealing with the lying and cheating air sign, they're in their head about this and trying not to let it like bother them. Also, one thing, I feel like some air signs could be very standoffish and very aloof. They'll love their alone time, you know. When an air sign like have time for you, they will make time for you, but like they're very much very busy because they always have something to do. So they're not rejecting you on purpose. It's just that they kind of prioritize what they want to prioritize. I feel like that's a little bit of an Aries as well. You could be dealing with an Aries, but it's a lot of air quality for sure. Whoever's in their head here, I feel like they came across as naive or a fool because they wanted to deliver a message or a statement, but it got disregarded because somebody was trying to manifest something else, you know. They didn't want whatever was offered from the female perspective. The male didn't want to do that. I feel like they had other intentions. Now that I almost feel like they're trying to, the male person was trying to micromanage this thing, which is really sad. But yeah, that's what is coming across. I don't know who cheated and lied, but because I don't want to assume, but I'm pretty much whoever's trying to micromanage the situation is probably the one that lied and cheated here. Okay, this person thought it was for the better, like for the greater good. I really feel that way. Like to have this belief system is like what I did and how it turned out and how they explained how it went about was like, it's so silly, but I'm getting the energy of like, I had to do it this way. Like, you know, if I didn't go through it this way, we wouldn't be here. Like, it sounds very manipulative, but yeah, I really hope it makes sense. Okay, like I said, take what resonates, because when I feel like it comes a bit off, you know what fits your story best here. Somebody is gonna take the L and is gonna try to balance this out and trying to move on, you know, even with this drama, the shenanigans that take place, you guys will, this person at the end want to like move on to better tides with you, for it to be peace. But I also feel like there won't be any victory, because it's kind of like we're like sweeping it under the rug. That's what I'm feeling. We're sweeping it under the rug and we're not addressing it. And I feel like that is just gonna birth more resentment. Like, I'm not gonna lie, somebody is afraid of judgment. They don't want to deal with the realism of what took place, whether it's the cheating, the lying, the micromanaging, the fact that you know, somebody didn't want it to go this direction. I just, yeah, okay. Anything else on this energy? So we got addiction in reverse. You know, honestly, they were definitely karmic in the past. They could, I guess, like I was saying. However, this was in reverse, but let's read it together. It says codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, or restraint. In this case, I feel like they were just micromanaging. You know, somebody was codependent. It's just that they don't want to be this anymore. That hence why it's in reverse. But I feel like this is what they are trying to come across in order to micromanage it. In order, it's getting, what the energy I'm getting here is like risk management. Okay, it's like in reality there it is. Okay, one of the other options, karmic in general. However, they're trying to micromanage it, so it's like, I don't want to be this anymore. Okay, does it make sense? I really hope it does make sense. So yeah, this person, you have a soul tie, you do have a soul connection with them. They are a soulmate. However, is it a soulmate that is higher vibrational? Is it a soulmate that is, you know, for our highest and best good? It is a lesson nonetheless, hence why they're karmic. I just feel like, obviously they came into your life for a reason, because I do believe in the systematic energy of like, when things happen, most of the time is really cause and effect. Okay, however, in this case, I feel like, yes, for some, cause and effect, as in you had to learn this lesson in order to grow. And for others, I feel like they kind of just chimed in your energy, and it wasn't supposed to be there, you know. So I'm getting the energy of like you weren't supposed to meet. Okay, if you guys seen the looper, it's like they came into your life and it was out of nowhere. You guys clicked and vibed, and you're supposed to have like, yeah, the universe is like, let's give them a day, right? And all of a sudden a day becomes a month. That month wasn't supposed to happen. Okay, but for others, I feel like that month was supposed to happen because it was supposed to be systematically in order to grow you as a human being. Okay, experience wise. Okay, so I'm getting that energy. Whoever didn't want to deal with the realism of things, they don't want to be judged, they don't want you to judge them. This is why they want to sweep things under the rug, which is pretty explained or self-explained when, you know, truth has come out. But you know, it is what it is. So this is the energy here I'm getting for this reading. And should I move on? I do have like a dream channeling as well. Okay, before I move on, there's something else. Somebody's really afraid as well. I feel like it's the person that will finally get caught, or realization will hit when somebody takes some sort of action. Okay, I don't know if it's gonna be on your side or their side, but somebody's really afraid about the wisdom somebody holds. Okay, and this is also one of the reasons why they feel judged. Okay, so I had to take a pause, but we're back. All right. So back to the dream channeling here. I'm gonna read it verbatim in summary. So if you guys don't know, my dream channels are future-based interpretation and predictions. Okay, you will know if this will be in alignment with you based on your signs from your spirit guides, universe, God, pick and choose in terms of your spiritual team. Okay, but yeah, so either you're gonna go on a trip, okay, meet new people, you're gonna befriend them. One of them is gonna cut your hair, or one of them is jealous of your hair and it's gonna do something to your hair where you will lose bits and pieces. There's also another segment of this message here where it says you're going to, like, there's some sort of competition between two pizza places, and they're gonna raise the prices on pizzas, like local, like for that message, I feel like they're just gonna raise the price on food, but I feel like that's inevitable because of what's like taking place on Earth. But that's the two message here, okay? So in terms of you know, you're going to trip or somebody's jealous of your hair and is gonna cut it, like, or you're gonna get a haircut but they are envious of it and they're gonna just mess it up. Okay. Yeah, somebody feels very envious, very jealous of how you are looking, how you present yourself, especially your hair. There's something about your hair that is very, you know, people are envious of it. Okay, so they're trying to like shame you for it or dishonor you. Or I don't know if you have, I know if you went and got a haircut and then they're gonna dishonor you or feel some type of way, or the fact if you have long hair and they could keep it so nice and fit throughout however long, and when you go to the hairdresser or your friend is like, oh, let me do a hairstyle, and all of a sudden you will have to either cut it, or you go to the hairdresser and they cut it, and but it would totally ruin your hair. Okay, I don't know, just be mindful of what touches your body, your energy, but like everything that you are, whether it's your hair, your body, your soul, like make sure that it's right people around you. A little tip you can do is like, you know, this might sound cheeky or whatever, but like if you're gonna do to a hairdresser, if you don't know them, make sure that you do like a pre-prayer or a pre-ritual, like, you know, make sure that you're safe and your space and your body is safe, something of this nature. And yeah, I think that's everything. And when, like, I know it sounds silly, I know there's some people like I feel like this is gonna apply to certain cultures. Some people I've met, and I feel like I haven't done it personally, but there are some cultures when they're gonna get their hair, they like during this time they get their hair braided, they pray, or they pray over their hair, like if they get extensions or braids or whatever, they pray over that. It's almost like a mini ritual. There's this thing where it's like when people do your hair, they can even like speak malicious energy towards you. I remember I didn't think much of it like when I was younger or whatever, but I've always been blessed with long luscious hair for my ethnicity and my background, and it didn't match up with, you know, the people that I grew up with, and even the people within my own family sector almost was pretty like stunned about my hair growth. I remember one hairdresser, when she, actually a few, when they did my hair, they were always so stunned and so happy to do it, but during the time they were always so angry or fetishing or like felt some type of way when they did it. Like, they were always pulling on it. There were one hairdresser, even when they're doing my hair, they intentionally ripped it off with a certain comb because, you know, the thickness of it or whatever. It's kind of like, oh my God. I even remember when I was younger and like my, I think, junior high prom, and I worked at this hair salon, and she wanted to do my hair, my make, all of that actually. And I remember every time when I used to like permanently straighten it or relax it, she always like had this energy of like, when she styled it, she had to take off certain parts of like places of my hair. It's so weird. Like the back of my neck, she always said that I was too hairy there. She had to like take the sideburns or whatever. Meanwhile, nobody ever in my entire life said anything about it, because they're always saying how beautiful and luscious my hair is. So I just thought it was so interesting. And later I found out that your hair is actually the extension to your connection to earth. Now I'm very spiritual, so everything that's on my body, I'm very hypersensitive about it. But you know, back then I didn't know. But that's why I take care of my own hair. But that's just me. And I was reading about the natives talking about how, you know, you shouldn't cut your hair and whatnot, because it's an extension of like your connection to like the earth and your ancestors and so whatnot. So I thought it was pretty cool. Like, it's similar to Avatar. I know a lot of like Koreans have that tradition about keeping long hair, even like males, as well as like Native Americans. And yeah, like hair is very sacred. So I don't know if you share the same belief. I just feel like I need to share it. Sorry that I'm like all over the place, but just be mindful of like, especially if you look a certain way, and if you are somebody that's high vibrational and being blessed with good looks and whatnot, whoever is touching on you when you get close to you, make sure you do your own prayer, you do your own ritual, so that kind of counterfeit as a protection shield over you, okay? Before, after, during, like, it doesn't matter. So yeah. Okay, so there's that. We're gonna pull a little bit more cards. Yeah, I said a lot though. I'm so sorry. Actually, no, I'm not. I feel like it was meant to be. So we got the double card. And yeah, this is what I said. Somebody's very jealous, envious, in their ego about you, especially how you look. It could be that you're gonna get very favored, or you are very favored, not just in your look, but just in everything in your life. Even though if you could be single, or just do the prayer before, during, after. Okay, that's my advice there. Okay. But yeah. So I feel like whatever they're trying to do as well could also be a segue to, aside from ruining your hair, just to do it so you would come back, so you'd be a regular customer. I know it sounds silly, but I feel like a lot of people will go through like weird ways in order to stay on top, okay? Especially when and if there's going to be a recession again. I don't know, like things are just gonna be a little bit wild for some time. I feel like that is very high up there, okay? How people will switch real fast, okay? And they do not matter the outcome as well. You could be somebody that's very favored by God as well, or you could also be a divine feminine or a divine... It was definitely feminine that's getting the haircut for sure. So if you're not favored by God, you're divine feminine, or you're somebody that's very high vibrational, okay? They just want you to like take advantage of that vibration, okay? This person, whoever is doing this as well in terms of attacking you, could also be connected to an entity as well that's low vibrational, and they're doing this. They could also be slightly controlled. I don't want to go too much into it. Yeah. Nonetheless, prayer during, after, and before, okay? Now that all these cards came out, it made me think about the food prices going up and the competition between two pizza places. I feel like they're going to target certain people when it comes to certain food as well, and certain prices are going to go up. It's something that will happen by default, and because of how things are changing, they don't want to go out of business, okay? I feel like they need to do certain things to stay on top, basically. Some of them are even waiting for some sort of answers as well in order to, like, get ahead. So competition is definitely there, especially when it comes to food, like the food business. And I'm talking like kiosks, like fast food places. Like, things are gonna rise up in prices, but I'm getting the energy of like they're gonna target certain individuals where their prices will be up there in price, almost like it's gonna be non-affordable. And it's so weird, it's almost like they're overpricing for something that is so basic. And it's as simple as, for example, this is not specific, but it's like going back to the whole pizza thing, right? They're gonna charge, like, let's say a pizza is like a whole pizza is $15, okay? $15-$20, like a huge family pizza, and then they're gonna charge it for $80. Like, they're overpricing for the same ingredients and for the same standards. I know it sounds so silly, but they're gonna do this in terms of certain groups of individuals, peoples, okay? It could be lower class, middle class, where they're doing this. I remember my dad told me that, this is basically the channeling here, but I remember something my dad told me about how, I remember I went and bought something, where my mom lived, and I told my dad, and he was like, well, they have to raise prices at certain areas because they don't want certain people to, like, steal stuff, you know, or whatnot. My dad is very prejudiced, and I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, yeah, well, certain people, they steal stuff or whatnot, so they have to raise the prices. That's just how the marketing, like, or that's just how the businesses works, like, you know, in order for them to preserve their products and whatnot. But I'm like, I told them if they overprice it, they're not gonna have any more customers left. And he said that they are doing this to prevent other people from stealing stuff, you know? So I'm like, yeah, but the way I'm seeing it, the way that they're raising it like that, and they're not doing it at other places as well, but it's just like for the basic stuff. I remember I had this conversation with my dad like a few months ago. But yeah, that's basically the energy here. So we are going to, I think that's everything. I think so. I don't have like my standard advice cards. I'm just gonna shuffle. Okay. From one of my old like affirmation deck here. This one. So it says here, I'm protected, I'm healed, I'm at peace. Affirm this for 21 days and let the habit become a manifestation in your life, okay? This is based on MIT studies, based on science. And that's everything for me. Obviously, if you want something more intricate and more detail oriented in terms of your situation, feel free to check out the links in my description or my YouTube homepage, all right? I already feel like I repeated that, but yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you guys for tuning in as always, and take care.